Our military men and women risk their lives every day to protect our freedoms and our liberties. And now one company says that they are making it their mission to show their support.
And I got a chance to speak with Brian Ashcraft with Liberty Tax Services and former NASCAR driver Kyle Petty about their commitment to help our men and women serving in our military. Take a look.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're excited to be sharing, we're excited to be partnering with Kyle and spreading the message is earlier this month, the Department of Defense is now going to contact combat-related injured veterans. And so they had some money held out of their severance packages, and we're trying to help them get that money back. And so the Department of Defense is going to be mailing out letters to about 130,000 injured veterans. And Liberty Tax Service, with our thousands of offices across the nation, we've got them in Jacksonville there. We're going to do amended returns for our disabled veterans for free to help them get this money back. And so if they've got questions or concerns, they can go on to libertytaxveteranshelp.com and find out information about that, or they can walk into one of our offices and we'd be glad to explain it to them and help them understand what the benefit is and help them get that money back.
And Kyle, let me just bring you in here. I want to talk to you about what it's like to work with a company like this. And I mean, I know you got a lot of choices out there of working with different sponsors and things like that. And talk about why you chose Liberty Tax.
Yeah, I think when you look at what Liberty's doing for our veterans, we all know what NASCAR and the military and that community almost goes hand in hand. We see it every week at the racetrack with the amount of veterans, with the amount of active military that show up at the racetrack, with the amount of retired military that is a part of our sport in that garage area, working on cars week in and week out. So it goes hand in hand. Liberty, obviously, they came into the sport last July. They helped Chris Buescher, Myatt Snyder on a truck. They'll be on a truck Friday night as a sponsor on Myatt's truck, the number 13 truck tomorrow night down at Daytona. So it's the perfect opportunity, and this is the perfect time with their involvement in NASCAR, with Liberty's involvement in NASCAR, and then with the change in the tax laws and being able to help the veterans to recuperate and recover that money that was taken or was owed them, or a refund for them. This is a great time to be with Liberty and be a part of the sport.
Yeah, Brian, let me ask you about that. Kyle brought it up, something that I don't think a lot of people know, that some of our veterans have been getting improperly taxed for some of their benefits and stuff, and you guys are trying to right that wrong, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things when we see something like this, we want to really make sure that everybody's aware, because awareness is half the battle. So with the law that was just passed earlier this month, that money's going to be able to come back to the disabled veterans. It was withheld, and the severance package was not supposed to be taxed. And so we're going to come alongside and make sure we get that word out. And then we'll also be there to help them file an amended tax return, because that's the method that's going to need to be done to be able to get that refund back. And so this goes all the way back to veterans from 1991, and it impacts about 130,000 disabled combat veterans around the country. And so we're thrilled to come alongside this. We think it's a great, great thing to make sure the message gets out. And being from the Hampton Roads area, which is a huge military town, we've just got a special place in our heart for veterans and those who serve the front lines and those who have served our country to make us what we are today.
Yeah, no, it's really great what you guys are doing, and I appreciate that. I know we got a lot of veterans here in Jacksonville and military members watching, so for anybody out there who may not have checked in on this or been alerted to this, how can they find out if they're due any of these refunds?
Well, so one of the things, they can go on to libertytaxveteranshelp.com, and we'll have information there. They should receive a letter from the Department of Defense that's going to get mailed out here shortly. Or if they received a lump sum severance disability for a combat injury and had taxes withheld for that, they'll qualify for this refund. And so they can come into any of our offices, and we'd be happy to help them with that.
I appreciate you guys joining us. And Kyle, real quick before I let you go, I gotta take the opportunity. Fantasy NASCAR coming up. I need a winner. I need a winner for the 500 for the big race.
Listen, everybody has asked that. Here's what I'm going with: a veteran. I'm going to say it's a Jimmy Johnson or Kevin Harvick. Those are my two picks. I cannot narrow it down. I got two picks for it, and it's Jimmy Johnson or Kevin Harvick.
All right, you're going with big names. Those are the expensive ones. I was looking for a sleeper. All right, appreciate it, guys. And appreciate Liberty Tax Services for bringing us that information. And